Have you ever wondered where algebra came from? Or how the first hospitals were structured? What about the coffee you drink every morning? The answers might surprise you, as they all lead back to a golden age that profoundly shaped the world we live in today. This is the story of how the Islamic world didn't just preserve ancient knowledge, but build upon it, creating a wave of innovation that rippled across centuries and continents. Let's journey back to a time after the fall of Rome, when much of Europe was in a period of decline, and new civilization was rising in the East. Fueled by faith, curiosity, and a deep respect for knowledge, this was the Islamic Golden Age. A period from roughly the 8th to the 14th century, where science, art, and philosophy flourished like never before. At the heart of this intellectual explosion was the city of Baghdad, home to the legendary House of Wisdom. This wasn't just a library, it was a vibrant center for translation, research, and discovery. Scholars from diverse backgrounds, Muslims, Christians, and Jews collaborated, translating Greek, Persian, and Indian texts into Arabic. They didn't just copy these works. They critically analyzed, corrected, and expanded upon them. Think of it as the world's first international research university. This effort saved countless works of thinkers like Aristotle, Plato, and Euclid from being lost forever. When Europe later reawakened during the Renaissance, it was largely through these Arabic translations that they rediscovered their own classical heritage. But the scholars of the Islamic world were not just preservers. They were pioneers. Take mathematics. A Persian scholar named al-Khwarizmi introduced the Indian numeral system, including the revolutionary concept of zero, to the wider world. We still call our numbers Arabic numerals today for this reason. He also developed a systematic way to solve linear and quadratic equations, a method he called algebra, from which we get the word algebra. His work laid the foundation for modern mathematics and computer science. Then there's the field of medicine. While medieval European treatments often relied on superstition, cities like Baghdad, Cordoba, and Cairo had organized hospitals that were centuries ahead of their time. These weren't just places for the sick to go. They were medical centers with different wards for different illnesses, surgical units, and even psychiatric wards. A physician named al-Razi was the first to accurately differentiate between smallpox and measles, and his comprehensive medical encyclopedia was a standard textbook in Europe for over 500 years. Another giant, Ibn Sina, known in the West as Avicenna, wrote the Canon of Medicine, a monumental work that synthesized all known medical knowledge of the time. It was so influential that it remained a primary medical reference in European universities until the 17th century. These hospitals also pioneered concepts like doctor training, licensing, and clinical trials. The spirit of inquiry extended to the stars. Islamic astronomers built sophisticated observatories and developed instruments like the astrolabe to an incredible degree of precision. They corrected Ptolemy's ancient model of the universe, mapped constellations, and gave us the names of many stars, like Aldebaran and Betelgeuse. Their meticulous calculations and observations directly influenced later European astronomers, including Copernicus, who challenged the Earth-centered view of the cosmos. What about our daily lives? If you enjoy a cup of coffee, you can thank the Sufi monks in 15th century Yemen. They originally brewed the drink to stay awake for their religious devotions. From there, coffee houses spread throughout the Islamic world, becoming lively hubs for conversation, business, and entertainment, the social networks of their day before eventually making their way to Europe. Innovation was everywhere. The engineer Al-Jazari is often called the father of robotics. His book of knowledge of ingenious mechanical devices described around 100 amazing inventions, including water clocks, automated fountains, and humanoid automatons. He designed a crank-hand connecting rod system, a crucial component that transforms rotary motion into linear motion, which is fundamental to engines today. In optics, the physicist Ibn al-Haytham, or al-Hazen, completely revolutionized our understanding of vision. Before him, everyone from Euclid to Ptolemy believed that our eyes emitted rays to see. Ibn al-Haytham proved, through brilliant experiments, that light actually enters the eye from an object. He essentially established the scientific method, proposing a hypothesis, testing it through experimentation, and documenting the results. His work on optics was foundational for the development of cameras, telescopes, and eyeglasses. This influence is even woven into our language. Words like alchemy, alcohol, algorithm, average, magazine, and sofa all have Arabic roots, each a tiny linguistic artifact of this incredible exchange of ideas. Architecturally, the pointed arch, a hallmark of Gothic cathedrals in Europe, was widely used in Islamic architecture centuries earlier. This innovation allowed for taller buildings, larger windows, and more majestic interiors. The great mosques of Cordoba, Cairo, and Istanbul, with their stunning domes, intricate tilework, and soaring minarets, were masterpieces of engineering and art that inspired builders for generations. So, how did all this knowledge travel to the rest of the world? It flowed through various touch points, through Spain and Sicily, where Muslim, Christian, and Jewish cultures coexisted and exchanged ideas. Through the Crusades, where soldiers and merchants brought back not just goods, but new concepts, and through trade routes that connected the East and West. The legacy of the Islamic Golden Age is not a footnote in history. It is a fundamental chapter in the story of human progress. It was a bridge that connected the ancient world to the modern one, a period of brilliant light that illuminated the path for the Renaissance and the scientific revolution. From the numbers we use to the coffee we drink, from the way we practice medicine to how we understand the universe, the innovations of this era are embedded in the fabric of our modern world. It is a powerful reminder that knowledge has no borders and that our shared human story is built on the contributions of all civilizations. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, please like, share, and subscribe for more documentaries that uncover the hidden connections of our past. See you next time.